we're going to go ahead and talk about the thumbnail. The thumbnail says, love and peace always. The Angel Book. So when you feel good, loved, and excited about the reality you are creating, you attract more of this goodness to you. Love attracts more love. Compassion, more compassion. There's confirmation. And work in magnetizing peace and compassion to it. So it is possible you now stay in love and peace always. It's not easy, but it's possible indeed. So we want to remember peace and love all day long. Peace and love. Somebody wants to be on TV. Hi, there's Willie. Willie Pitty. You can say hi. I know you wanted to be on TV. Yeah. Oh, I love you. You can be on TV. Love and peace always. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and pull some cards. We are going to pull some cards. Yes, we are. I just don't like that bright light shining in my eyes. Yeah. It's always authentic and never edited. So you get what you get. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and see what St. Michael has to say. St. Michael has to say, forgive yourself, you've done nothing wrong. And that has been the theme all week. So everybody is working on forgiving themselves. They've done nothing wrong. All right. Good stuff, huh? And we're going to go ahead and shuffle these. Love and peace. Love and peace always. Anger is a low vibration. Depression, anxiety, all of them are low vibrations. You want to feel them and then release them into the light. Feel them, release them into the light. Forgiving yourself, I guess, has been the theme all week because you can't move forward if you're still guilty, shameful, if you're still feeling anxiety about your past. You know, those are the things you got to get rid of. And you say, how do you do it? Okay, well, like I said, we don't have years, but it takes years. It took me years in the program, AA program, the 12-step program. But it's counseling, it's praying, it's doing what you're doing right now over and over. Tim McGraw song, over and over. That's what it's all about. So as soon as the feeling comes, you feel it and let it go to the light. You feel angry because somebody said something to you that didn't sit right. You feel it. You take out of it whatever is constructive in it, if there's anything constructive in it. And then you pray for the person because maybe they're just having a bad day. A lot of people are having a lot of bad days, you know. And then you just move on and you release the feeling. So you don't stuff the feeling and say, well, I'm not going to get mad. I'm just going to stuff that love and peace, brother. No, you feel the feeling. You can feel it. You feel it. Okay. But then you let it go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and we have the devil on the bottom. And the reason I had to shuffle so long is because they wanted you to know that the devil energy is around right now. Okay, it's kind of like a gray day. The sun's behind the clouds. You know that it's coming out. The weather forecaster said it was, right? And you just have to wait for the gray to dissipate and the sun to come out. That's what I do every morning here. And that's what this card's given me. It's just given me that energy of he's sitting right on your shoulder and he's just waiting for you to get angry so that he can double it, triple it, and quadruple it. He's just waiting for you to get lazy so that he can double it, quadruple it. See? So just imagine your 7 deadly sins. And if you don't know what they are, look them up. And then take your 7 deadly sins and know that he's sitting here saying, okay, you feel one of them, I'm going to put you out of balance and I'm going to intensify it. Okay? Then the angel's sitting over here saying, feel it and release it. Feel it and release it. So like forgiving yourself. You're going along, you're doing just fine. All of a sudden you see a little kid on the street and it takes you back to your little kid on the street. And you think about a time that you weren't watching the kid and guess what? The kid fell off the bike and broke its leg. And now you're all upset because you're remembering those old times and how you should have done things better. Okay, so feel it, snap out of it, and move back into now. Okay? St. Michael says, your children are protected by angels, by the way, and that's why I gave you a child analogy, because he wanted you to know that some of you are worried about your children. Maybe they got taken away, even if they're grown children. I haven't seen my daughter in decades, and I stress decades. My regression, I asked about her, if you watch my regression. So that to me was how I forgave myself. That was to me how I put a close on the chapter, because when I had my regression, I asked about my daughter. And then in my regression, my higher self told me how I could help my daughter. And I did. And then I closed that chapter and said, okay, it's in her hands now. So you see what I'm saying about how each thing has to be forgiven, each thing has to be dealt with, but each of us has our own way of dealing with it. So Lee had her regression. It's her birthday. I gave her a birthday video, and she had her regression. I put it on my playlist for regressions. Okay, she didn't ask on video about her daughter. Maybe she did in private, but mine is live and mine is public. So you can see how I forgave my daughter, or my daughter and me. My higher self, I asked my higher self about my daughter, and then my higher self told me how I could help my daughter. So you have to listen to it. It's at the end of my regression, the first one. Okay, so our children are protected by angels. We have to let them go. And then St. Michael says, lean on God and the angels for support. So just what I got done telling you, there'll be ways of being able to deal with each incident that pops in your head. But the whole thing I'm trying to say is that's how the devil's using. Willie wants to come back on here. That's how the devil's using how he's trying to get you. He's just sitting on your shoulder, waiting for you to go into one of them 7 deadly sins, and then he's saying, intensify it, double it, triple it. And if you can remember this video and remember how to do this, you simply say, okay, St. Michael, that was back in 1982. Today's 2023. I'm on the highest timeline. Love and peace always. Okay, first card out is strength. Yeah, it's going to take some strength to slay that dragon, isn't it? Yep, and see the affinity sign over his head? That to me reminds me of just of everything I said. You're asking the angels for support, that's above your head, and then what are you doing on the ground? You're taking care of business. So you got to have strength to do that. Now, some of us just spin out and keep going, and then pretty soon our whole day is ruined and we're in depression, and maybe we pick up a drink or a joint. You see how it can spiral out, and then the devil says, oh goody, I win, I ruined that day. Okay, second card out is my Searchlight card, and that's the 5 of Wands. And that's my Searchlight card. They put on their headlamps and they're looking all around and they're looking for the answers. And that's what I just said. So my regression was one way of doing it, because I never see my daughter. I don't even know how to talk to her. And with my partner that had passed over, I did ask about him too. And I ended up being able to free him from the mitras. So it's pretty exciting stuff. But some of you may not get a regression. Some of you may just go to a counselor. Some of you may just do it on your own. I mean, I don't know how you're going to do it, but you have to do it. Okay, this is the Ace of Questing, the Yes card, the Ace of Questing, which is the Ace of Wands, right after the Searchlight card, right after the 5 of Wands. So that means that the whole answer is in the quest. Instead of sitting home today doing nothing, you just put one foot out in front of the other and you just do stuff. You just get her done. And in the meantime, those feelings come up. Okay, you stop at the stop sign and you're all pissed off because of the driver ahead of you. Feel it, let it go into the light, and then pray for him. Maybe he's having a bad day. Maybe his dad just died. You know, how do you know? I know people right now with cancer and they're treating me kind of shitty. Well, guess what? They're probably having a bad day. I know I would be, huh? No, I wouldn't be, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, communication, 8 of Wands. Okay, another Wands. So 8 of Wands is communication. This is the 4th card out. So what it's saying is when you're doing your questing, you're going to get the answers. Just like I said, you're going to take it 1 minute at a time, staying in the now, 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, and communication will come in. You get a phone call. Instead of letting it go to voicemail today, answer it. Even if it's somebody that you have to say, can you please take me off your calling list? Answer it. Answer any phone calls today that you get. Anybody that texts you, text them back, even if it's a smiley face. That's the communication that's going to come in and out, and that's how you're going to grow. Just hitting the I'm not going to talk to you button, and I'll do it when I feel like it, you're just staying in a rut. This is where you're staying. See how the cards are backing up the energy perfectly? 9 of Swords. That's how you feel. You got 4 voicemails from scammers, from, what do you call it? The robocalls, right? But if you'd have answered them, you could have just told them, take me off the calling list, and they never call you again. Okay? Stay out of anxiety. Deal with everything as it comes in. That's why I said my videos might get longer, because I might talk more, because that's what the energy is saying. Okay? You and your loved ones are safe right after your children are safe. So St. Michael's stressing that you're too worried about your loved ones and your children. You know, and it's like, you can't do anything for anyone. No matter how much I want that person to change, or that rule to change, or that president to change, any of this stuff, you can't do a thing about it. They say, oh yeah, you can vote. Well, I don't believe in that, okay? I don't believe that we can change anything in the matrix. But I do believe we can exit the matrix. I do believe we can live in the spiritual realm and change everything. And that's what I do. I stay in 5D and higher. So everybody's safe. Everybody's got their own assignment. Everybody's got their own thing to do. We need to back off and take care of us. Why does that forgiveness card keep coming up? Because somebody in this energy still is hanging on to all this garbage. You know, it's kind of like I'm seeing somebody walking, a bunch of people walking. I'm seeing them walking, and somebody's got this big bag over their shoulder, and it's full of stuff that they don't need anymore, okay? But they're keeping it because they might need it up the road. Well, all they're doing is slowing down the whole team because they're carrying all this stuff that they don't need. It was told when you got there you'd have everything you need. If you take God with you everywhere you go, when you get there, you'll have everything you need. And this person's holding on to all this stuff and slowing everybody down because, oh, I might need that when I get there. That's for someone for sure. Okay, transition, the death card underneath the strength card. Total transition is what I'm getting. Maybe physical death too. A lot of people are dying right now. You know, that's just it. It's got to be. People are being taken out of our lives. Everything's changing. Stay in the day, go with the flow. And if someone leaves, please don't get into any kind of negativity. Love and peace always is really the title for this. And Mother Mary is backing it up on the picture 100%. Okay, under the Searchlight card, we have the Page of Cups, which is staying in love. Staying in love while you're searching. Ace of Questing is the Empress. So you have the Ace of Wands and the Empress. So stay in Empress power. What is Empress power? It's the 4 queens, the High Priestess, love and peace always. She knows how to do it. She's been there, done that. And she wants her 9 cups. Okay, 9 cups is underneath the communication card. So you're going to get more information on your wishes and desires. And that's where you're headed. The Empress is headed for her wishes and her desires. She knows what she wants and she's going for it. And to stay out of anxiety, we have the Queen of Pattern. Be grateful. You have everything you need. If you take God with you, wherever you go, when you get there, you'll have everything you need. The Queen of Pattern knows this. She went through it. That's the whole chapter of Queen of Pentacles. It's learning how to use money as a tool and not to get greedy and to be charitable and to know that God provides for everything. That's the Queen of Pentacles. And that's our final card out. She doesn't get into anxiety. Okay. So underneath the Devil, fueling the Devil, is the Charity card. Okay. It's the 6 of coins. So all I'm saying here too, with the energy of the Devil behind it, is if you're not charitable, if you're greedy, remember when I said he's going to take one of the 7 deadly sins and he's going to double it and quadruple it. So fueling him was the Charity card. So I have a feeling for a lot of you, it's something to do with being charitable. And that doesn't have to be just money. It can be your time, your talents. And if you're stingy with it, got to keep balance. Can't be too far either way. And then the King of Cups was feeling that. So you got to stay in love and peace always. That's why the title, I picked the title before the cards. I picked the title by the energy, and then I put it in and the thumbnail. And then sometimes it comes in the middle of the night. Sometimes it comes right before the reading. Today it came right before the reading. And the whole reading is on love and peace always. And the fueling, the Charity card is out of love. So King of Cups. We're doing all of our charity in balance out of love because the Devil wants to take the 7 deadly sins and put them out of balance. And we're not going to let that happen because we're going to feel and let it go. Okay? Thanks for listening, you guys.